remain seated, come to order.
Okay, back on the record, State of Florida versus Sheila Agee. State's present defendant is also present with counsel. We finished the proffer of Mr. Schaefer, so when the jury comes in, if you have any further questions, you'll proceed with those, and then if the state has any cross.
I'm sorry, Judge. Yeah.
So we'll finish any questioning you may have of this witness. State can do their cross. But while the jury's out, I'm going to go ahead and inquire with Ms. Agee about whether she wishes to testify, unless there's any objection to doing that now.
Not from the state.
All right, Ms. Agee, I don't think I placed you under oath today, and you can stay seated, ma'am. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? Okay, I'm just going to ask you some questions about whether or not you wish to testify. You understand that you have an absolute right to remain silent in a criminal case, and you understand that it is entirely the state's burden to prove the charge against you, and you're not required to prove anything. You understand it is your decision alone whether or not you will testify, although you may consult with your attorney and take the advice of your attorney. Have you spoken to your attorney about this decision? Are you satisfied with the amount of time you've had to discuss it with him? Are you satisfied with his advice? Okay. And do you wish to continue to invoke your right to remain silent and not testify, or do you wish to waive your right to remain silent and testify today?
Waive my right and testify.
And testify today.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Has anybody forced or threatened you in any way to make this decision?
No, ma'am.
I think we discussed yesterday, there's no impeachable convictions. And you understand that just as Mr. Ackerman has cross-examined the state's witnesses, the state attorney, assistant state attorney will have an opportunity to cross-examine you if you choose to testify.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any questions
No, ma'am.
about this decision?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I do find that the defendant has freely, knowingly, and voluntarily waived her right to remain silent. She's consulted with her attorney. She's considered his advice, and she has made this decision on her own and has decided to testify in her own defense. Anything else we need to address before we bring the jury back, Ms. Jensen? Mr. Ackerman? Okay, do we have the jury back?
We do.
Okay, so what I hope we can do is, once we finish with Ms. Agee's testimony, I think that's your last witness, correct?
Yes.
Then we can, depending on if the state's going to call any rebuttal witnesses, then we can talk about the jury instructions, and then we'll be getting close to lunch. Everybody have lunch break, and then we can go into closings after lunch.
That would be great.
Okay,
Thank you.
we can bring the jurors back. Sure. we may still have jurors finishing up in the restroom, so it may still be another minute. Okay.
Jury's in the box.
Okay, please be seated. Everybody's continued to abide by the rule during our recess this morning, correct? Okay, and we will proceed. Mr. Ackerman?
Thank you, Your Honor. Jack, just a couple of more questions, Jack. You, understanding as you live, excuse me, let me,
That's okay.
just my testimony is in fact so that you live behind Grandma?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And would you be a frequent visitor at her house?
Every day.
Okay. Did you have an opportunity to see your mother there with Casey?
Yes, sir. Every weekend. My grandmother,
Yep.
you know, my mom would keep her every weekend. She'd come up to my grandmother's house, and, you know, I'd always see them together. Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you have a chance to see them interact?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. It was like any loving grandmother-grandchild relationship, you know.
Okay. And that's your mother. What about your grandmother?
She loved her the same.
Okay. Are you aware of things your mother did for Brooklyn as far as their relationship?
Yes, sir. From what I know, my mom and Brooklyn were very close. She helped her get jobs. She picked her up, take her to work, pick her up, take her home. She really cared about Brooklyn. They were very close, talk on the phone, you know.
I have no further questions.
Okay. Mr. Myers may have some questions for you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Schaefer,
Yes, sir.
isn't it true you've never seen Brooklyn and your mom interact?
I haven't seen them interact in person maybe once or twice.
Thank you.
Okay. You can step down, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
No further questions.
Your next witness, Mr. Ackerman.
Let's call Sheila Agee.
I swear you're in front of the jury. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead, have a seat, Ms. Agee. If you would, do your best to speak loudly and clearly into the microphone and state your name, spell your last name for the court reporter.
Sheila Agee, A-G-E-E.
Sheila Agee, would you ever do anything to hurt, harm, or see harm come to Brooklyn Sims?
No, sir.
What was your relationship with Brooklyn Sims?
Brooklyn was my baby.
Okay. When did you first meet her?
She was, I think she was 15 when I first met her.
Son brought her home one day, something like that? Okay.
Yeah,
They started seeing each other?
yes, sir.
Okay. Take it from there.
For the first couple of times I met Brooke, I asked Keith, about the third time I met her, I said, can she talk? Because she was real quiet. And I remember when they come to the house and told me Brooke was pregnant. And then
Do you object to the narrative?
Okay, I'm going to sustain that, and you just need to ask her a question and give her an opportunity to respond.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so you met Brooklyn. She was quiet. Did Keith bring her by the house again?
Yes, He bought her by, and and told me she was pregnant, and then they would come stay at the house on the weekends sometimes, and then they moved in with Brooklyn's mom.
Okay. Okay, keep going with the history of their relationship.
Okay, and then when Casey was born, I think that maybe he stayed there a month or so later, and then they broke up. I don't exactly know why they broke up. But when they broke up, all of a sudden, she wasn't his. So, sorry to say he was being a deadbeat dad, but he claimed she wasn't his, but I knew she was.
Okay.
So, at that point, me and Keith stopped talking because he would deny Casey. And at that time, me and Brooklyn became closer. I would go to her mom's and TT's house, well, it's her mom's house, I just say TT, Brooklyn's sister, and pick up Casey on the weekends and talk with Aiden. And I became friends with the family.
Okay, let's slow down.
Okay.
Take a breath.
I became friends with the
Take-
family.
Take a breath.
And, you know, we planned Casey's first birthday party together.
Okay, let me stop you.
Okay,
Okay, let's back up.
okay.
Okay, they started dating. Brooklyn became pregnant.
Mhm.
Okay. Did they remain together during the whole course of her pregnancy?
During the course of her pregnancy, yes, but,
Okay,
yeah,
so then she's pregnant, then she has the child.
yes,
Are they still together?
for a little period. And
Okay.
then I don't know why they broke up.
Well, does there come a time when he thinks he's not the father?
Yes, at that point in time, it's for, I would say, probably a year, or a little over a year, that he would do stuff like, if I took Casey to my mom's for my mom to watch her for an hour or so, he would do something like take her diaper bag, because he claimed he bought the diaper bag. And, or take, I remember he took her, it's a carrier cover, that goes over the baby carrier, that little cover seat. And it was so embarrassing that I had to go to Walmart and buy one before I took her back home.
Okay. Would you and Keith have discussions during the course of this period of time regarding his maturity and accepting responsibility for his child?
No, not really, because of the fact that he said I took Brooklyn's side and I was a piece of shit to him. And that as long as I would pick, but as long as I would pick that fucking baby over him, that he didn't have anything for me. So,
Okay, let me stop you. Okay. So, and I know this, so the baby comes, he basically goes, he's not thinking the baby is his, okay? So does eventually he sort of come around a little bit, and why?
I don't know exactly why, but eventually he has a blood test, a DNA test, and it's determined, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, at that point in time, Casey was maybe 16 or 17 months old.
Okay, so during that period of time, who substituted as the father from your side of the family?
Oh, me,
Okay.
from my side of the family.
Okay. And would you buy diapers? Would you buy things
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
Okay. We heard testimony earlier that you put her through school. What does that mean?
I mean, to say I literally put Brooklyn through school, that's not accurate. Brooklyn decided to remain in school.
Okay. You kept her in school when she wanted to drop out, is that?
But no, we had a discussion, and I told her that do not dropped out of school between me, her mama, and TT, that we would find a way that, you know, that she wouldn't have to, because she really didn't want to drop out of school.
Okay. Did your, and I say, did your relationship, did your feelings towards her grow as the days and months went by?
Of course, my feelings towards her grew, my feelings towards her family grew. I mean, I was there every weekend,
Okay,
her mom's a great person.
okay. So you and she became very close?
Yes.
Okay. We watched today, we watched the text from, one from July 8th, a bunch from July 8th, July 28th, and then we went, okay. Did those texts accurately describe your relationship with Keith when taken as a whole? I mean, that typical,
You had to catch Keith on a certain day.
I'm sorry?
You'd have to catch Keith on a certain day. His mood depended on the day. If he was in a bad mood, that day, it was what it was. If he got a thought in his head that day, it was what it was. If he was in a loving mood that day, it was what it was. And you had to pick and choose to figure out what day that day was.
How to react?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's back up a little bit. Where do you live?
I live at 4370 Fairford Road, just about a few miles from my mom.
Okay. How long you live there?
It's a property that my mom bought, and I moved there some years back, and we had to remodel, so I moved in with my mom. So altogether, 7, 8 years,
Okay.
maybe.
Okay. And close enough that you frequently visited Mom?
Oh, every day.
Every day? Especially weekends?
Yeah, if I was at home, yes.
Okay. Talk about this right now. Your mom basically raised Keith.
Yes.
Were you an active participant in that?
Yes, I was there,
Okay.
probably not as much as I should have been, but yes, I was there
Okay.
all the time.
And let's go back to Jack. Jack's a Schaefer.
Yes, he had two
So-
different fathers.
You and Mr. Schaefer married, had Jack.
Yes.
And then what happened there?
We
Just divorced?
just divorced, just young,
Okay.
young.
Okay. And where did Jack go?
He went to my mom's. He
Okay.
stayed with my mom.
Okay. And then there came a time when you got all things squared away in life and you just, and were you close all that time? I mean, you're
Yes,
right there.
yes.
Were you there to help raise Jack?
Yes, I was going to, I got an apartment, and got Jack and Wallace, and I took them there. And the weekend was fine, and then Sunday, I remember it was a Sunday, he looked at me, he said, "Mom," I said, "What?" He said, "I'm ready to go home." And I was like, "What you mean you're ready to go home?" He was like, "I'm ready to go back to Nanny's."
This was how old?
He was 5 or 6,
Okay.
and so I called my mom, I said, "They want to come home."
Objection here, sir.
Sustained.
Judge is not offered to the truth of
I
the
made
matter.
my ruling, Mr. Ackerman.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I made my ruling.
Okay.
I
Thank-
sustained the objection.
Okay, thank you. So he ended up, you decided to let him go home?
Yeah, he wanted to go
Home
back,
to
so I
mom.
let him go back.
Okay. You continue to see him constantly?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so Wallace is already,
Yes.
he's really not in the picture these days?
Well,
See
he-
him holiday?
Yeah, we see him, he stays in Mobile, and he comes up on holidays.
Okay. The videos we watched, I keep saying videos, excuse me, texts we watched, basically, they're from from July to August,
Yes, sir.
a month, 2 months. Okay.
Yes,
We see conversations between you and Keith that go on back and forth, you know, forever, it seems. Is that typical when he's in a certain mood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what is your key? What are you trying to do when you talk to him? Or when you text with him in these cases?
Like I say, you have to hit a certain button with Keith. So you have to try different tactics with Keith. You have to agree with him or disagree with him, threaten him, beg him, and just kind of see maybe what'll work.
Okay. Keith said a lot of things, negative and positive, about Brooklyn in that second set of texts we saw. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did you ever know which way he was going to go?
No, because it changed by the day.
Okay. I mean, we heard him say, apologize for it to me, and this was after he came back positive.
Yes.
And then he's hating her and this, that, and the other, and saying all the things that everybody's heard, and they'll have a chance to go over that if they care to. Okay. This typical,
Yes, sir.
okay. Back to August the 11th.
Yes, sir.
Did you take what he said literally?
No, sir.
He said he was coming.
Yes, sir.
Did you think he was coming?
No, sir. Keith has said a lot of things that he did not follow. He was the type of person that if he told you he was going to do it, typically he didn't do it. But if he would do something, he would sneak and do it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. In these months before August, what was his relationship to Casey? Getting better, getting worse?
It was definitely getting better on his terms. You understand what I'm saying?
On his terms?
Yes, as long as it was on his terms. If he called there and Brooklyn didn't answer, or he couldn't get Miss Sims to answer, they were sorry, low-down bitches, and this and that and the other. But if they answered, you know, well, Brooklyn's gonna ride with me, and I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna do that. But as long as it kind of played his way, it wasn't no problems. But if it didn't, there was a problem. And if I didn't jump on the bandwagon, I loved her. I didn't love him. I always put her before him, in which Brooklyn never asked me to put her before him. Brooklyn never got into our relationship.
But you were cognizant of his, I don't know if jealousy is the word, but
Yeah.
of his being put out by you always taking her side.
Yes. And I didn't always take her side because it wasn't a side, because she didn't do nothing wrong.
Were you cognizant of this during your text between you and him?
I'm sorry. I
Were
don't,
you cognizant, were you aware of his, whatever that word is, irritation from it?
yeah, I mean, yeah, I knew, I mean, it's even in text that he's like, you always take her side.
When you dealt with him, like we're seeing and hearing on these texts, were you taking that into consideration, into account?
Yes, and probably not as much as I should have, and that's why I would steer everything away from, every time he would text me something, I would try to steer it away from Brooklyn, and I'd say, well, you're doing this to Casey, you're doing this to Casey, because I kept trying to keep Brooklyn's name out of it, you know, and then when I didn't feel that was working, that's when I kind of tried to steer it towards me.
Okay, we're gonna get there, so hold that thought. I have my notes here, was Keith an easy child as a young kid?
Up until he was about 13, 14, it was
Okay.
extremely easy.
We've talked about Keith's history a little bit. You were you there all the time he was growing up, except not as maybe Thelma was, but almost?
Well, he stayed with his dad some, you know,
Okay.
but
Yeah, tell the jury a little bit about that.
when me and his dad split, he kind of figured, I had called his dad a couple of times and asked him to talk to Keith about certain things, like maybe he was misbehaved or something. And his dad would tell me that he was going to, and that I would think that he did. But then Keith would tell me, Daddy said, you're fucking crazy. And I was like, okay, really? And he would kind of try to play us against, me and his dad, against each other. And so I guess he felt like he couldn't stay and do what he wanted to with me or my mom, so he went and stayed with his dad for a little while. I'm sorry.
So you're back in early August, you're hearing back and forth from both of them regarding her UTI, her infection, or gonorrhea. You reach a point where you tell them, look, stop it, you guys got to grow up.
Okay, when he started the gonorrhea thing, and there's more texts, I guess, that didn't get to come out, because we got texts from 1 to 2 days. This with Keith goes back years. But whenever he texts me about the gonorrhea thing, I text Brooklyn. Brooklyn went to the doctor. And I mean, they don't show that, but she did.
Mm-hmm.
And it come back as a vaginal bacteria. She did not have gonorrhea. I'm not gonna lie on my baby, she did not have that. And I text that to him. And he's like, oh, my mom, I'm so sorry. Tell her I'm sorry. And I was like, Keith, you tell her you're sorry. You know, you're the one. And he was like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm gonna grow up now. I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna be a better person for Casey. And you know, the bottom line in all aspects was Brooklyn was doing good.
I'm sorry?
Brooklyn was doing good. She was being a mama. The best little mom I've ever seen. And this may make me look bad since I'm convicted, not convicted, but charged with this. But she was a good girl. She didn't bother nobody. She stayed at home. She helped her mom. She helped her sister raise Aiden, which is her nephew. And she kept Casey. And outside me, her mom, or her sister, she didn't leave that baby with nobody unless it was daycare. Had a job or something. She didn't leave that baby with nobody.
And you eventually gave her the job she had. Is
Yes.
that correct?
Yes.
Tell us what you do for a living.
Inventory. We were doing inventory.
Okay. And you've been in that field for how many years, on and off?
On and off since 2015, I think.
Okay. Give or take 10 years.
Yeah.
And you had risen to the
Well, I
position.
had stopped for a while. When I worked before, it was called RGIS, which they do the same thing. It was just another company. And I had the same job Brooklyn had. I was counting. And then when I reapplied for the job, I reapplied for supervisor. And at that time, WIS had, from my understanding, bought out RGIS. And they were, and that's who we went to work for. Brooklyn had worked at a few jobs. I think she worked at McDonald's for a little while.
Did you get her that job?
No.
Did you carry her back?
I took her to work and picked her up a couple times. I think she got her own self that job, if I'm not mistaken. And she worked at Jack's for a little while, and I think her mother got her that job because her mother managed there, if I'm not mistaken. She was a manager or either the main manager, I'm not sure.
So an opening came up and you,
Well, she went to work at, I think it's called Subway in, Citronelle. And, she called me, actually, she texted me, that text also in the phone somewhere, and said that, her manager was having a problem with her, taking off or something. And she said, but I had done told her that, I needed that time off because I didn't have a babysitter. And she said, she told me, she said, text me and said, the manager said that she should have, took that into consideration when she hired on because she couldn't make schedules around children. And I texted her back and told her to tell her to shove her damn schedule up her ass, that we did not need her money, that me and Miss Cornelia would, at that time, Miss Cornelia was still working. I said, me and Miss Cornelia would take care of you and Casey until we figure something else out. And then
What's the objection again, Meredith?
Sustain, again, just do your best to answer the question that he asked you.
yes, ma'am, I'm sorry.
okay.
Um,
So the bottom line is she ended up going to work with you?
Yes, and I told her to put in the application online, because that's the way we had to do it, and that's what she done.
And you supervise how many people?
20 or 25.
Okay. So on the day, well, we have the texts from when we started this morning till the 8th. And then there's nothing until the 11th, when we have the gonorrhea.
Yeah.
Okay. So was this in your mind? I mean, are you thinking about it? Or is it over? What's,
Okay, at that point in time, after he's apologized, as stated in the text, yeah, he's apologized for it, so at that point in time, okay, well, at first he was started on it, and then he was like, after she sent me the picture and I sent it to him, it's like, it's not, it's a UTI, you know, then he stopped on it, and then he was like, kind of hit on it a little bit again, and then I was like, Keith, here's the picture, it's not. And he was like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do this anymore. And then that day is when
that was the end?
yes, sir.
Did you put it out of your mind?
Yes, until that day, yeah.
Was it just another one of their
Just another one of his rants.
Okay. So then, August 11th, 10:30, give or take, the text. And before we get into the actual text, to your knowledge, was Brooklyn seeing anybody?
Not to my knowledge,
And
not at all.
we heard it in the text, to your knowledge, he was seeing other people.
Yeah, as far as I knew, he was seeing a couple more people. So, but no, if Brooklyn was seeing someone, I didn't know it.
Okay. Did these things, did his reactions and everything else seem kind of self-serving and absurd to you?
Oh, yeah, because he texted me one day and said, she's at Chuck E. Cheese with somebody else, and I'm like, who's at Chuck E. Cheese with somebody else? And he was like, Brooklyn, her mama's got Casey, and she's at Chuck E. Cheese with somebody else. I was like, Keith, and I had just talked with Brooklyn. Brooklyn was getting her hair done somewhere.
My question is, did it come to the point where you thought, God, this is absurd? This is
All the time.
Okay. Okay, so we have a little bit of a feel for things up to this point. You're dealing with Keith every day, every other day, every week, and dealing with his stuff, correct? Now, you testified something that I want the jury to understand. There was a period of time where you and he didn't even speak.
For months, for
Okay.
months.
And that was during the period of time where he was denying.
Casey, yes.
Okay, okay. All right, can we start with the? Okay, now what I'm gonna do, we're gonna read each text as it comes up.
Yes, sir.
We may get somewhat repetitive, but I want the jury to understand from your perspective
Yes, sir.
what's happening here.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Now, remember, this is, I guess it's, what, 10:30 in the morning?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing at 10:30 in the morning?
Berkey,
Okay. Supervising 20, 25 people?
yes,
Busy?
yes, sir.
All right, first text comes in. I don't see it. Okay. Next text. Okay. She gave me gonorrhea. You think I'll keep going to the, okay? And then you respond, no, I don't believe you're lying. If that's, stop it. That's what you say, I don't have no reason to think you're lying. What,
I'm brushing, okay, whatever, yeah, okay, I know, I don't think you're lying.
okay. And then, yes, I'll get her tomorrow. Still, you're answering the second part of this question, I'll get her tomorrow. Him, she's still out of town with you? And then you, yes? And then him, okay?
Judge, I would object to counsel testifying.
Sustain the objection. If you want to ask her questions about the text,
Okay.
you're certainly permitted
Yeah,
to do that.
I'm just trying to move us along. So will you read his next text back to me?
Y'all coming back this evening?
And what did you say?
I said, yep.
Okay. And what did he say?
He said, okay, I'll be waiting on y'all in Citro. That bitch at something called the law because ain't no way she gonna do me low down.
Okay, stop right, well, is it more than that? Okay. Yeah, you mean low down, keep going, I'm sorry.
Then tried to flip on me and be able to ride to work with you and get a job from you. That's the only reason the bitch lied to me, but I got something for that.
Okay, stop right there. What are you thinking at this point?
Here we go again.
Okay. When the, back down again. But I got something, okay. What do you respond?
I said, you're gonna get in trouble, but that's up to you.
Why do you say it that way?
Because I'm just, it's up to you, you're gonna get in trouble, because it's always with him, it's up and down, always with him.
Okay. Please keep going. Did I? Yeah. Okay. Can you read the next one?
Trouble,
Next one?
prison, but hey, that's my choice, just like it is for you to continue to pick her up. I ain't saying fire her or something, but let that dirty bitch find her own ride to that motherfucker.
What's your relationship to him bringing up, you are taking her side again? What goes through your mind?
I'm like, okay, so at this point, it's like, he's like, I'm always taking her side. I said, so now I'm gonna try to take his side for a minute, you know, try to get him away from the situation, try to diffuse the situation the best way I can, or that I think I can.
Keep going. I ain't,
If she called the law, but I ain't saying nothing, but I gave her a job for Casey.
now,
And
it would seem to somebody who doesn't know you, that you're saying Casey's important, that's all that's important.
no, that's what I'm trying to get to him. Casey's important. I don't want, because I know Brooklyn is not meaning anything to him, so I'm trying to get Casey out there.
Are you trying to get to him?
Yeah,
to
through
see
Casey.
the light
Yes, through Casey.
One at a time, they can't
I'm
you can't
sorry.
talk over each other because she's got to take everything down, okay?
Thank you, Joe. Are you trying to get to him to see the light through Casey?
Yes, sir.
Why don't you keep bringing up Brooklyn, because we've got more and more here. Why do you use Casey for the most part?
Because I'm hoping that'll calm him down.
any time here are you thinking this is anything other than the normal stuff you put up with?
No.
That you're not, that it's not the normal? It is?
It is the normal, is what I'm saying.
Right. The next thing, he says.
Fuck that, I got Casey, that bitch don't need shit from sus.
You know what sus means?
From, I think, cause he retexted again, I think it was us, but fuck that, I got Casey, this bitch don't need shit from us.
Okay, and then you said,
And I have to give her a ride, she's not the only person that rides with me, another girl from Citronelle rides with me too. I'm sorry. I have to give her a ride, she's not the only person that rides with me, another girl from Citronelle rides with me too.
why are you adding in these other people?
To let, now I don't want him to think that I'm putting Brooklyn back in the situation. I'm adding other people, so, you know,
Okay, and I know you're gonna be repeating yourself. but-
it's fine.
Go ahead, he says,
Have to?
you say,
I don't own this car. I have to transport them to work. Have to.
okay.
He said, but where the rest of your crew meet you? I said, I picked them up in, I should have been in Citronelle. Anybody that live up there, I have to pick them up there.
Okay.
Her and Baby Doll, I pick up in Citronelle. Precious, I pick up at my house. But I'm not telling you not to be in Citronelle, that's up to you.
Now, he's talking about coming, you know, he's asking you when you're gonna come home. Thought process at this point, I'm not telling you to come to Citronelle, it's up to you.
Because Keith threatened and rants, so.
If you said, you come to Citronelle, son, you're right, you need to confront her, all that stuff, what, strike that question. What are you trying to do with him?
At this point in time, I'm not taking anything serious. I'm really not trying to do too much with him right now.
Gotcha. Go ahead, I'm tired.
Shit ain't do not, shit.
I'm tired of the top.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm tired of being treated like a bitch when I do right. Fuck that job, fuck my job, and I don't even care about jail no more. I can't take this shit daily. Just tell me before y'all come.
What do you say?
No, I'm not going to help you get in trouble.
What do you mean?
I'm just,
Just what you said?
yeah.
Okay. Just- Then he says,
Shit ain't do nothing but cost me money, gave me a disease. I'm finna just shoot her. I know I hate that for Casey, bruh, but like I said, I can't take it.
IDDAF.
I don't give a fuck no more.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. And then you say,
Okay,
and then he says,
so protect her,
meaning,
me taking Brooklyn side again.
okay. And you say,
I said, I'll call you and tell you, motherfucker, if you wanna go to jail. I'll tell you when we get close, but if you don't come kill her, you're a motherfucking bitch.
what did you mean?
He had just called himself a bitch earlier. And I'm, at this point right now, I'm sick of Keith. I'm sick of Keith. And
I'm sorry.
I'm sick of Keith. Okay. At this point, I say, okay, now I'm not working to be on, you're not letting me be on, he's wanting to say that I'm on Brooklyn's side all the time. So now it's okay, let me try to take your side for a minute. I'm doing this. I'm trying to see what is going to stop him. You know, because there's no certain combination with Keith.
For 1 second, did you mean literally go kill her?
No, I wasn't even gonna call him when I got to Citronelle.
Yes.
I wasn't even going to call him when I got to Citronelle.
Okay. This was the state's opening statement,
Yeah.
all right? That you had in your mind for him to kill
No,
anything close to that.
never.
I think is that the next?
She gave me a motherfucking disease. I lost money and my freedom multiple times due to this lying hoe, but still, in every situation, you make sure it turned out better.
Slow down.
I'm
Miss Agee.
sorry.
That's okay.
She gave me a motherfucking disease. I done lost money and my freedom multiple times due to this lying hoe, but still, in every situation, you make sure it turned out better for her, like it's nothing you can do for me. Then he said, yes, that's all I ask. Yeah, and you're right, I'm a whole ass bitch. I'll never speak on this type of shit again, I promise.
That's all from him.
Yeah, at this point, I'm thinking he's de-escalating.
Go back a little bit. Okay. This whole thing here, she gave me, lost my freedom, all that stuff. It's kind of escalating.
And then then three texts let down, it's de-escalated. He's like, I'm not gonna speak on it no more.
Let's see.
You right. I'm a whole ass bitch and I'll never speak on any type of shit like this again.
What is that? When he says that, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking, okay, so he's gonna drop it. He's done with it.
He's easy enough.
Yeah, I'm thinking, okay, so he's not gonna speak on it again.
There's no response from you?
And right, and he was like, on Casey's live, you know, saying I'm not gonna speak on it again on Casey's live. And I was like,
One at a time.
Did you read that on Casey's line?
yes,
Oh, okay, you're going a little fast for the court.
sorry, I'm sorry.
Okay, then there's an I
Mhm.
from him, and then you.
I said, okay, that's fine. You the one to have to leave your baby and go to prison and have her hate you. You ain't hurt in Brooklyn, she would be dead, so no problems for her.
Miss Agee, just slow down, okay?
Only person you're hurting is you and Casey. She will be lost her mama and her daddy, and you won't ever get to touch your daughter again. But I swear, I don't care, because I'm not going to jail.
So you just told him in the other thing, if you don't kill her, this, that, and the other, but what are you telling him here? What's the message you're trying to get across?
That you're going to hurt Casey, you're going to jail. Her mom, she's not gonna have her mama or her daddy.
Are you crazy, something like that? What are you trying to say?
That's what,
When you say it later, I'm sorry. Okay. Now, he says,
I'm okay with that. And he said, I can't take no more, don't nobody help me. I'm tired, I ain't got shit to live for, no way I'm going to jail.
you know, it's funny, he says that. Do you recall the text this morning where you tell him, you got a good life, you got a good child, you got a good job, you got everything going for you, and you got a great Mimi? What was that?
I was, he had just telling him, he's got all these things going for him.
Right,
You
based
know,
on his mood at that
yeah.
time. And here you are trying to tell it to him again, and this is a couple of days later, correct?
Yes,
And he's back, my life stinks, I have nothing to live for.
right,
Is this what you deal with constantly from?
yes. And then he said, Citro gonna shoot me because I'm sure gonna blow at them. This been a long time coming.
What does that sound like to you?
That he's gonna shoot at the police.
I've lost the word. Does it sound like he wants to take his own life?
Yeah, he said he didn't have nothing to live for anymore.
Where does that come from? Do you know?
No, sir, it's just, he,
Please keep going.
I said, okay, well, you ain't hurting nobody but Casey, but I'm sure you're okay with that. I said, but I'm good with it. He said, okay. I said, somebody will take care of Casey. And he said, I'm just about to leave work, so I'll be off. And I said, that's up to you.
Again, tell the jury what's going on.
At this point, I'm thinking, okay, so I don't know if he's gonna go shoot at the police or what he's gonna do. And so I was like, okay, so now I need to try to jump on his side again, because I'm back over, try to push another button to see what I connect with him. I said, oh, no, he said, yeah, I know, she's good. I said, don't call Nanny and tell her she would try to talk you out of it.
Now, what was that statement?
I didn't want him calling my mama first, aggravating her. My mom is older, at that time, 77 years old. And also, I was gonna call my mama myself. I checked the call logs, I called her myself. But at that time, I'm letting him think I'm on his side.
By the way, did you call your mother during all this?
Yes,
Was that a serious statement about calling her?
no, I was called her.
Were you afraid that your mother would talk him out of it?
No, I knew he wasn't even gonna call her. I'm just playing on his side right now.
All right, please keep going.
I ain't even gonna tell her why I left. I'm just say I gotta go to the dentist. And see, and at this time, I think he's lying again, because I know he didn't tell Mama he was going to no dentist. Because when I talked to Mama, she didn't say anything about going to the dentist. I said, well, don't even go there. She won't know you left. I said, and don't shoot my car. Don't shoot my motherfucking car. I don't want to die.
What is that?
Being sarcastic.
Were you worried that he was gonna be shooting at the car?
I wasn't worried about shooting at nobody. I wasn't worried that he was going to shoot nobody. I mean, especially not at me, or I didn't think he would shoot Brooklyn. Believe this or not, I don't know why or what flipped him, but Keith loved Brooklyn, or acted as he did, or so I thought he did.
Well, I mean, I think you said you were being sarcastic. I mean, were you serious about that?
No.
When you said that, were you picturing him opening fire on the car?
No,
Were you picturing him, well, don't shoot me, I bet, drag me out of there because I don't want to get killed? Were you thinking you were going to get killed?
no,
Were you thinking you were in harm's way?
no, definitely not.
Was the purpose of that to get him to start thinking again
Yes.
about how foolish he is?
Yes.
Keep going.
He said, I was gonna wait till she got out. I said, okay. He said, but that's another thing. If she don't get out, Mama, I'm gonna drag her out, or Kate, I'm gonna ask you to step out, cause I'm gonna open the door and just shoot her.
Did you think this was serious stuff?
No, why, no.
And then you followed it up.
I said, hell, if you're getting off work, I'll give you the address. You can ride up here and do it, so you don't have to do it in front of Casey.
Again, trying to,
At that point in time, like I said, he said he was going to Citronelle and shoot at the police and this and that and the other. I said, so let me keep him out of Citronelle. I definitely didn't want him bothering Miss Sims, Miss Cornelia, which is Brooklyn's mother. And yet, I'm just,
did you take him serious?
no, I never thought Keith would do that like that. And I don't think anybody else that knows Keith thought that he would shoot Brooklyn.
What we're trying to do here is articulate to the jury. So when you answer, I mean, the point is, we want them to know exactly what was going on and what you were thinking.
Okay.
All right.
And he said, send it to me, talking about the address.
I'm sorry, how are you? You can write over here. I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I read that one.
Okay, next one.
I said, we just in Pensacola. And he's like, I'm on the way, send it. And I was like, hold up, let me get it, erase the text, because I don't want nobody to know I was texting your stupid ass.
Meaning?
Meaning this looks stupid. Me and you both look stupid right now.
Keep going.
He said, I already deleted mine. Trust me, I ain't gonna say shit about us even talking today. And I said, don't act like you love Casey, because you don't give a fuck about that little girl. You love you and you alone. Trying to let him know that you're doing this is stupid. I mean, you're not thinking. He said, I love all my heart. It's that bitch who don't care about her. I said, you don't love her. You willing to leave her alone because you mad at a bitch? That's not love, son.
What are you trying to do there?
Show him that he's doing stupid, he's being stupid. He said, if she did, she wouldn't act that way about me trying to get her knowing she acting cause she fucked me over and wants everybody to be on her side like she ain't do nothing. And he said, I'm not mad at a bitch. I hate every motherfucking body.
What are you thinking then?
He's losing his mind.
I'm sorry.
He's losing his mind.
I mean, it's now no longer her, it's everybody.
Yeah, now it's everybody.
Okay. And again, notwithstanding that you think he's losing his mind, is this typical of him?
Yes, it is typical, but he rants. He rants.
So when you say losing his mind,
Well, that's
One at a time.
figure of speech. He's acting stupid again.
and then,
He said, don't nobody help me. The only people ever seem like they will do for me or ride or take up for me is Jaden and Emmanuel and Casey.
who Jaden and Emmanuel?
Jaden and Emmanuel is two friends of his. And he said, I'm coming through Marvico. What's the address? I said, you're willing to leave her at the mercy?
Excuse me, why didn't you give him the address right there?
Because I'm trying to get him to see what's going on. I said, you're willing to leave her at the mercy of the world to possibly be raped, abused, neglected, and God knows what because you didn't put on a rubber. You're going to make her suffer for something she had no control over, but you love her? Okay.
Stop right there. Again, what is that?
Trying to make him see that he's being stupid.
Are you right now trying to get him to go kill Brooklyn?
I've never tried to get him to kill Brooklyn,
Ever?
ever. I love
Do
Brooklyn.
you think he's serious?
No,
Do you think he's coming?
no.
Keep going.
I said, I'm getting it. Give me a minute. I'm on lunch.
Okay.
He said, Brooklyn knew what was coming behind lying to me. She knew I was going to kill her, so if she okay with this shit, I am too. I said, regardless of who knew, Casey didn't know.
Casey being,
The baby.
trying to,
Keep throwing Casey up to try to calm him down. He said, I put my faith in Jay. At least he will do something to a motherfucker that fucked with Casey. Him, Emmanuel, the only ones I believe will. I said, you put your faith in somebody about your fucking baby? He said, hell, you wasn't preaching to Brooklyn about her choices. Shit, this her fault. Every action gets a reaction. So if somebody is okay with what she's doing, then they should be with what I am.
who's that somebody?
I don't know. Oh, that I mean, he's saying if I'm okay with everything Brooklyn does, I should be okay with what he does. He always thinks I'm taking up for Brooklyn.
Yes.
And then he repeats the same text again. And I said, it's not Casey's fault. I said, it's not Casey's fault. It's all I know. Don't really give a fuck what you and Brooklyn both know. What y'all's faults are. Hers for giving it to you and you for not wearing a condom. And he said, her mama should have raised her better or told her better. I don't feel guilt behind that. I feel way worse letting this BS continue. I don't blame Casey for nothing. I said, you don't blame her, but you're willing to put her at risk over it.
Again, what are you trying to do?
Trying to use Casey to defuse the situation. He said that bitch could have told the truth, though. It wouldn't have been so bad if she would have owned up to it. Just being real, bro. I'm tired of her trying to fuck over me, then play like I'm overreacting or crazy. I can show a motherfucker what crazy is. And then he says, address, question mark. I said, like I said, you don't give a fuck about that baby. I'm gonna get you the address when I get back, and you are showing nobody
Slow
nothing.
down.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry, and you ain't showing nobody nothing except you got mental issues. Because you're willing to give up your life and your baby daughter's life and hurt your family over a bit, but don't worry. I will make sure she knows Brooklyn gave you something that you had to take a shot for, but that you didn't love her enough to give a fuck about what happened to her, that she wasn't enough for you. Maybe she should have meant more to you, and then her mama and daddy would still be here. She wasn't important enough, and you just had to prove a point. I promise you, I'll remind her of that for the rest of her life.
What is this an attempt to do?
To let him know that to calm him, telling him if you do, I'm gonna remind Casey of everything you're doing for the rest of her life. I'm gonna tell her what you're doing.
Did you think that was pretty strong stuff?
I thought it was. I said, which she'll probably end up committing suicide, and she will be with y'all anyway. And give me 10 minutes, and I'll give you the address. You ain't even close.
So, again, she'll end up committing suicide. You're trying to do what?
To defuse him, using Casey to defuse him.
And then you say, give me 10 minutes, I'm gonna get you the address. Is that so that he can come and kill her?
No, I'm still trying to get him to change, see what's going on.
Now, again, do you think he's gonna come?
No, never in a million years.
And you think if it comes, that he would ever, in a million years?
Shoot Brooklyn? Inside of a Home Depot? No, anywhere. I don't think,
Go ahead.
And then in front of people, I mean, drive all the way over there, and at this point in time, I'm thinking he's at work. I'm still thinking Keith's at work.
Is that partially because of what you know of Keith and partially because of what you and your mother thought?
Yes.
I think someone, well, we'll get back. So, please keep going.
I ain't talking about her mama. I'm talking about her daddy. And you just confirmed that you don't care about her.
Again, more of the same?
Yes.
Excuse me. If she meant more to her mama, maybe this wouldn't happen, is what he said.
Yes.
And then you come back,
I'm not talking about her mama. I was talking about her daddy.
leave Brooklyn out of this.
Yeah.
It's you.
Brooklyn knows what I do. I done shot at motherfuckers in front of the police and got away, and she still lied. She must not give a fuck about Casey or her life. I do, but you ain't gonna listen no way. You ain't in my position, so it's easy to say bullshit.
I mean, he's getting very, very self, me.
It's always about self. You know, he's threatened to, he's threatened to kill his dad and his stepmom, because, and at this point in time, he was taken up for Brooklyn when that occurred. I will give him that, because his dad didn't like Brooklyn. He thought Keith could do better. And he told Keith he thought he could do better.
But keep going. That's all.
He said, I'm pretty sure, wait a minute, I know I ain't gonna do nothing to take Casey from me because I love her, I know that. And he said, I'm pretty sure you ain't, cause you ain't gotta do nothing right now. So again, like I said, easy to say when you don't do shit. I said, who don't do shit? Who the fuck you think helps take care of the baby? And he said, I'm getting on the interstate now. I said, okay. He said, take care, motherfucker, you take care of Brooklyn. And I said, did you just call me a motherfucker? He said, you don't even like to go pick up Casey. Sometimes worried about a damn nigga, sell that dream to somewhere else. I said, I can't wait to get back to that store so I can give you the address, because you're going to have to shoot me today. I done told you about cussing me.
What's going on here?
I see now that nothing I really say about Casey is even helping. So now I'm going to turn everything now it's me and you. It's not about Brooklyn anymore, it's not about Casey anymore, now it's about me and you, so.
Were you angry at him for saying?
Yes, I mean, it's not nothing he hadn't said before, but it was disrespectful.
So you've heard that before?
Yes.
It makes you angry, you just spent all
Yeah.
this time. and
But
it's-
doing everything I could do,
One at a
and,
time, for the court reporter, please.
sorry.
So, this is the response,
Mhm.
right? You have to shoot me, is that? Yeah. Shoot me. I mean, what are you trying to say there?
That if you come over here, it's gonna be me that you have to see, not, but that's, and still, I'm still not thinking he's coming over here, over there,
Reality?
yeah.
Go ahead.
All I want is the address, Mama, I'm done talk, all I want is the address, Mama, I'm done talking, I done talked enough. It's what's gonna happen, and I'm okay with that. I done already been thinking it through, and this the only way for me. I don't know why you so quick to start shit with me, bruh. Again, must be scared of Brooklyn or something, I don't know.
At any time here, does he indicate, do you indicate that you're partners in this endeavor that he is dreaming about or maybe doing or whatever?
No,
Keep going.
I promise I'm headed back to get it to you and give it to you, because I done told you about cussing me. I'm tired. I know, I told you, you don't have to respect me, but you're not gonna disrespect me.
Again, going on, they're gonna have to shoot.
Right. He said, you disrespecting me, trying to tell me if I love my child or not. That's your problem. You don't see the shit, bruh. But again, I think it's a woman thing. She gonna be on the floor, right? And I sent him the address where I was at.
Okay, this has nothing to do with us. Here we go.
He said, 45 minutes away.
There was something on,
Atlas, he put a question mark on, she gonna be on the floor, right?
oh, okay, I'm sorry.
And I told him, I'm waiting on you.
Waiting on him for what?
I'm waiting on him to come. If you're gonna come, you come to see me, so I'm waiting on you.
Okay. You're waiting on him to come see Brooklyn and kill Brooklyn?
No, I told him, you're gonna have to shoot me. I didn't say you're gonna shoot Brooklyn, I said you're gonna shoot me.
Keep going.
He said, I'm saying I'm not gonna have to find her in the back or something, then question mark. I said, nope.
Okay, excuse me, let's go back on that again. I think you read it wrong. Read it again.
I'm saying I'm gonna have to find her in the back or something.
Keep going.
I said, nope. He said, okay. I said, but just know, I'm the first motherfucker you'll see. But I haven't even told you was coming, so you good. But you're gonna see me for cussing me.
Okay. So is this about cussing you, or is this about him being dissuaded from hurting Brooklyn? See,
I'm letting him know he's gonna see me, not Brooklyn. I gotta keep Brooklyn, I'm trying to keep Brooklyn out of his mindset.
you think he's coming?
No,
Let it be.
let it be after then. I said, no, I'm coming out. She will be in. She won't even know nothing. He said, I'm not studying you right now. So, sure, I don't exactly know what IDM means. I said, okay. I said, I'm going to show you today what it means to love your child. You will understand when you're chilling with your daughter one day.
What do you mean by that?
That I'm going to stand in the gap. When this is all over, I mean, you got to come and see me. You're not going to see Brooklyn. And then when this is all over, you're going to thank me when you calm down. You're going to thank me when you're chilling with your daughter.
Next.
He said, stay out of my way. I said, I am. He said, only warning I'm not studying you. You never help me. Always hindering me is what you doing. Stay out of my way for once. Don't help Brooklyn. If you want to show me something, you can do that after I'm done with her. I don't have no problem with that. I said, only warning you giving me, LOL, bitch, Brooklyn might be scared of you, but I'm not. I ain't.
Let me go back to that thing. Only warning I give you, I'm not studying you. You never help, always hindering me is what you don't say, stay out of my way for once, don't help Brooklyn. Does that sound like you and he are partnership?
No,
Does it sound like he thinks you want to help him hurt Brooklyn?
no, he's telling me at that point in time, with Keith's mindset, that's the only warning he's gonna give me, that now he's gonna shoot me if I don't get out of his way. Not to help Brooklyn, he says, it's the only warning I'm giving you.
Okay, and then you said,
I said, only warning you're giving me, Brooklyn might be scared of you, but I ain't. And he said, I don't expect you to be. And I said, come on. He said, you probably done called the police for that girl. I said, I swear to God, I ain't told her nothing about you. I said,
why would you say that?
because I don't want him to think I'm taking Brooklyn's side, because he keeps saying, I always take her side. I'm trying to keep Brooklyn out of this. This is about me and you now. Now you're threatening me. You're saying the only warning you're going to give me, now you're going to shoot me. So this is just me and you now.
Keep going.
I said, but I hope you ain't stupid enough to think you ain't going to jail, because that's definitely where you're going.
Obvious, go ahead.
He said, oh, no, jail or dead, one of the two. I said, yeah, that way. I said, probably best.
You missed one.
No, it was a like, yeah. I said, probably best because something wrong with you. You don't need to be around Casey or Kanye.
And
Kaya,
Kaya is-
my daughter. He said, something wrong with you. That must be why you don't take care of Kaya. I said, I wouldn't hurt her. You're stupid. Oh, I skipped one, I'm sorry. He said, oh. I said, I wouldn't hurt her. You stupid. He said, LOL, man, get off my phone. All I need was the address. Leave me alone. Finish your day's work. And you is too. I forgot. Just me. And I don't really. I said, bet I ain't stupid as you. Come on, dummy. He said, yeah, fuck me though. Point proven. Thank you. I always knew I wasn't tripping. You fucking retarded. Yeah, you called the police. I said, if you're trying to say I called the law, I said, oh God, I ain't called nobody. Because he had already said he was going to shoot at the police. So I didn't want him to come. If he came, which I didn't think he was, I don't want him to start shooting at no police. Then I'm figuring he's going to be dead.
Again, at this point, do you think he's coming?
No. Because I had already told him, if you come, you got to see me, not Brooklyn. I'm telling him, Brooklyn's going to be inside. I'm coming outside. I'm going to be outside. So you got to see me.
So in the back of your mind, is it not possible? You don't think he's coming, but is it possible he may?
I'm not trying to be funny, but Mr. Akron, but it's possible this roof will fall in.
You think it was that unlikely?
Yes. He said, you wouldn't be testing me still if you didn't laugh at my ass off any other time you leave me the fuck alone. I said, if I called the law or told her anything, I hope Kaya never take another breath.
Why did you be so?
Okay, this is gonna sound strange to probably everybody that's not from where I'm from. We're from the country. I mean, I live in the woods. We don't have no red lights. We don't have stop signs. We got one convenience store, and it's also a restaurant. I mean, we live, and we say stuff like, swear to God, I hope God to kill me. I swear on my baby's life. I swear on my mama's life. It's a slang for us, you know, to like maybe get a point across. Not saying that, you know, like our biggest high school, because I've heard some girls here say their school was like a 8A school or 9A school. Our biggest high school is a 2A school, and that's from 7th to 12th grade.
I guess the question I'm asking you is, at the same time all this is going on, are you still trying to mollify him?
Yes. And I said, I'm laughing at you because you stupid enough to give up your whole life for a bitch that don't even want you.
Obvious what that is.
Yes. He said, I ain't never in my life saw a mama that don't do shit for their son but love to want to start with them. Like, you so crazy, it's funny. I said, okay, whatever. Bye. He said, I don't want her either. The fuck? I said, yeah, right. Bye.
What are you trying to do at this point?
I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to get over it now. Now, I'm done with you. If you're coming, you're gonna see me. I'm not gonna do this anymore with you. I told, if you're coming, you come to see me. I'm not gonna keep doing this with you.
You think it's any point to go any further?
No.
We're trying to dissuade him?
No,
At this point, do you think he's coming?
no.
Keep going.
LMAOO, I ain't like you. This about respect. You so fucking sorry. You think I want her. No, you wrong. I want to see Casey. That dirty hoe don't mean nothing to me. I don't care about hoes like you care about niggas. You put them for your own child. That ain't me. I'm killing over mine. You just dicked out. You think that. I said, no. You gonna learn. She will be dead. She ain't gonna learn shit. You done, motherfucker. I thought I taught you. If you want to hurt a person, you don't hurt them because they're dead. They have no worries. You take what they love. He said, that hoe don't love shit but herself.
Does that make sense, even with what you said, his response? I mean,
I said, no,
yes, his response.
yeah. I said, you ain't kidding over yours because she don't keep that baby from you.
Again, what are you trying to tell him?
He's wanting to say that Brooklyn's like withholding Casey, but she didn't. She never told it, to my knowledge.
So you're reminded.
Yeah, to my knowledge, she's never told him.
He had the baby every weekend,
Mhm.
and he could see the baby anytime he wanted through you.
I mean, not even through me. He could go get her. They never denied him getting that baby.
Okay.
So that last thought of her knowing she fucked and the regret in her face would be enough to satisfy me. I don't give a fuck what she sees when she dead. Yes, the fuck she do. How the fuck I'm pick her up when your sorry ass trying to gamble or hang out in Jackson and she don't pick up on. Now he's mad at me and Brooklyn. Nah, that ain't even gonna fly. She just died before I let that continue. I said, okay, whatever. I don't care what you do, because I'm going home today, not hell or jail. He said, good for you. I said, okay, then stop texting me. I'm working. Do whatever you want to do. It don't affect me either fucking way.
Okay. Are you telling him, look, go kill her?
No, I would never tell him to go kill her. Why, Brooklyn hasn't done anything. Brooklyn has never,
Objection, Judge, non-responsive.
Sustained. There's not a question that's been posed,
yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
That's it? Okay. I don't want to beat a dead horse. We've gone over every one of these texts. Is there anything in any of these texts that you said to encourage him, motivate him, or do anything to come harm Brooklyn?
I would never do that. I would never want Brooklyn harm.
Okay. Notwithstanding this, how it sounds, does it sound like other conversations you've had?
Yes.
Based on all of your experience with him over the years, the way you've disciplined him, the way you've tried to make sense to him, and you've told that to the jury. Listening to these words, is this normal for you to do?
It's normal, all the time we've done this. Never in a million years would I thought my child would take the life of his baby's mother. That is horrific. That is, yeah. And I know these, if the texts are not, if the texts were admitted from 6 months ago, a year ago, between me, him, me, Brooklyn, him, Brooklyn, a year ago, you could see that Keith has always done this type of stuff, but never in a million years do you. Keith done what Keith done, and I hate that. But if I could, I would trade places with Brooklyn right now, because my child took her life. My child took her life. And she didn't deserve that. And her mother didn't deserve that. TT didn't deserve that. Aiden didn't deserve that. And Casey didn't deserve that. If I could change this, I would change it. Because Brooklyn was, nobody's perfect, but she was so fucking close. She was a sweetheart. And I would give up my life to have her back.
Sustained, sustained, there's not a question. This is narrative again.
Get your composure. I have no further questions at this time.
You ready to proceed, or would you like to go ahead and take a break, Ms.
Judge, I know
Jensen?
it's a very lengthy
Yeah.
direct
Okay.
exam, so I don't know what the court's lunch plan is, but
I was gonna see if we have lunches here. We don't yet? Okay, I expect they'll be here any moment, though, so we can go ahead and take our lunch break
Yes, ma'am.
and let you conduct your cross-examination when we get back.
Yes, ma'am.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be in recess for lunch. I expect they'll be here any minute. So this will be a longer break. Again, you cannot discuss the case. If you want to go outside, let the deputy know, and we'll be in recess until after lunch. Go ahead and flip those notepads back over for me and leave them here in the courtroom. Anything we need to address before we take a lunch break?
Not a mistake.
Not that I can think of.
Okay, so it's,
But I would like to ask, is, we take the lunch break, we come back, I don't know how long cross-examination is going to be, but I would like 15 minutes from the time we close to get my vote on.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I don't know how long it's going to be for lunch, but I would like it if we come back, I don't know how long the state's going to be doing the questioning and what they're going to put on, but I would like to take at least a 15-minute break to get my closing.
Okay. We still need to do a final review of the jury instructions as well, but I think it's best to go ahead and take our lunch break for everybody, and I'll look at them again over the lunch break based on what's been presented today. And is an hour enough time for state you want, or you want till 1:30? We can do 1:30 if that's easy. Yeah, okay, we'll reconvene at 1:30 to begin the state's cross-examination of Ms. Agee. Once she finishes, we'll see if the state is putting on any rebuttal evidence, and then we'll again, review the instructions. Mr. Ackerman, I'll ask that you look at them over the lunch break if you have anything that needs to be changed or added, okay? And then I'll give you a few minutes to get your thoughts together for closings. Okay, then we're in recess till 1:30.